Oh, we're back, baby.
We bet.
Shorter, exactly. Shorter than usual. We're gonna do smaller stuff because the hour-long stuff takes too long for my computer to process. So we're gonna do shorter stuff, more focused on specific things. I'm thinking this week we're gonna release the expectations for UNC football probably tomorrow. I'm gonna get it out tomorrow, and then I want to do something on basketball season coming up, and we'll try to keep consistent because exams are finishing, and we should try to start being consistent.
Yeah. And I'm
Anyways,
not done with exams yet, but it's all right.
it's okay. It's okay. You're getting there. You're getting there. Also want to point it out. I should have been doing this more often, but I haven't been doing much. Chapel Hill merch. It's by Devon Street. I'll link the website down below if you use code Ethan. I believe it's 10% or 20%, and a portion of the proceeds go towards small businesses in Chapel Hill. So yeah, get on that. Christmas is coming around. You have a Chapel Hill kid in your family. It's a cool sweatshirt. They have this one.
Yeah,
There's a black version of this. There's a light blue version of this. And there's a ton of shirts, masks, everything. Go check them out. Anyways,
I have a comment on Devin. I had heard that you can buy a cutout for $100 and get your own cardboard cutout in the Dean Dome this year.
Yeah, you can.
Have Roy Williams sign it.
Yeah, and I think he bought it.
Is that true?
I believe so, yeah. I think it's like a thing they're doing.
Right. Does he get to keep the cutout?
I think after the season, yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Also do that if you're watching and you like UNC sports.
You can get on TV easily that way.
Exactly. I've always said they should like when they kick the field goal, if the ball like hits someone in the head,
they get like money or something.
Yeah, or like there should be some type of like maybe a charitable donation, like the school make a donation to the person's charity of choice. But yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
That's funny. That's actually funny. Yeah.
Speaking of kicking field goals, let's hop right into the topic at hand. UNC football versus number 2 Notre Dame. Not this weekend, next Friday, the 27th, I believe. I think that's next Friday. Yeah,
it's next Friday, whatever.
We have the Ian Book-led Fighting Irish against Sir Sam Heisman, going of the UNC Tar Heels. Carter, what you thinking about the game?
All right, I'm thinking we started the season very high. You know, we were riding high on expectation. And we haven't met it yet. But if there is a week to prove ourselves, I'd say it's this one.
I agree. I think I like what after we lost to Florida State, I believe, I liked what not Sam Howell. I liked what Mac Brown said. Mac Brown said this team isn't number 5 in the country. Like this team isn't that good.
Yeah.
I like that he said that because like not dumbed it down, but he like lowered everyone's expectations. Like, all right, listen, this is still UNC football. Like we're still getting there.
Right. I don't understand how we were number 5 in the nation.
It's early season stuff.
Yeah. I think it gave our players too big of a head, you know?
Yeah, I think it's nice to have those rankings, but I also think it hurts, especially for a program like ours is like we're still young.
Yeah.
And we don't have it's not like UNC basketball where it's like, oh, we're ranked 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we're UNC football. I think one thing I want to point out to a lot of people is like a good way of judging is think of where we were this time last year. Like,
right.
Obviously COVID and all that different, but we're 6-2, whereas last year we were like almost 500 just trying to get into a bowl game. And we've already basically
the year before that, you'd only won 2 games in the season.
Exactly. So it's like there's progress being made. We're not going to go from one year being like a breakout year and then just immediately skyrocket and become Clemson 2.0.
Right.
But anyways, so talking game, I think I've made this assumption. This is going to be, I'm calling it a high scoring game. I think Sam Howell's going to go nuts. I think to win the game though, it'll be big on Javonte Williams and Michael Carter.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the two keys of our offense. Well, no, I mean, obviously Sam Howell, but our two running backs, both of them are top tier running backs.
Yeah.
And if we want to put up points and gain some yards, that's how we're going to do it. And I think, Sam Howell's a threat at the deep ball, and Notre Dame obviously knows that. So I think our offense will rely heavily on our running game.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it'll be I think the best mix, especially for Sam Howell. I mean, it works for every quarterback. The quarterback's best friend is a running game, is a good running game, because then it sets up play action. He can pass off it, and I think Sam's at his best when he can do the little like fake option, and then throw a quick slant, or fake option and throw a deep route. I think that's his best option when it comes to like playing quarterback. It is important to note though, we have given up 22 sacks.
Yeah.
And we are coming up against a defense who is decent at getting after the quarterback. They have a decent defense.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see smooth on my part, right? It'll be interesting to see like how our defense stacks up against their defense, because it might actually come down to who can get one stop.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a battle offensively. Chapel is always in that situation. I don't know if you watched the game last week.
Watch bits.
Yeah. So obviously our defense isn't on the same level as our offense. I don't think, not yet. So yeah, if we can make some important stops, we have a shot at that game.
I think if anything, UNC's got to put pressure on Ian Book. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he'll be a mid-round draft pick when he goes in the NFL, but I don't think he's that good. I would still take Sam Howell over Ian Book.
Right.
And you look at the stats, both of them have thrown comparable amount of passes. Ian Book has thrown 222 attempts, Sam Howell 250, and yet Sam Howell has over 800 yards more than him.
Right.
So, I mean, you could say that's part of the offensive scheme. Like, we may throw deeper bombs than Notre Dame. I think they play more of a pro style offense where it's like shorter passes, but either way, I think if you put the game on Ian Book, I think they'll fail, because watching the Notre Dame Clemson game, I mean, Notre Dame just ran the ball down their throat.
Right. I mean, let's not act like Notre Dame really should have won that game. Clemson didn't have Trevor Lawrence, and they won in overtime. So, like, we talked about earlier how, UNC not number 5 team in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Notre Dame's the second best team in the nation.
I don't think so either.
They've been put in a good position right now to be winless, and they have. But I don't know. I think hopefully they'll overlook our team and mess up somewhere.
Yeah, I think if UNC really wants to make a push, I don't think we're not going to get in the college football playoffs. If anybody thinks that, that's ridiculous. But if we want to make a push to hop back into the conversation to be in the rankings, I think a strong performance, a win, or just a strong performance against Notre Dame, and then a win against Miami, or vice versa. And I think we can hop right back into the rankings. And to me, I mean, I don't know where we finished last season, if we even finished ranked, but if we can finish just ranked on this year, that's a good year.
Yeah. And especially with everything that's going on this year, everything that these players are facing, and sports are different this year. So this season is going to have an asterisk beside of it in every sport.
Yeah.
But if we win this game, we're going to be ranked.
Yeah, 100%. You don't take down the number 2 team. I mean, well, it's also we're 6-2, so it's like we beat them. We're 7-2. They're 8-1.
Yeah, we're almost ranked right now.
Yeah.
And we've been ranked all season. So I mean, we win this game, we're ranked. I think that if we get this game close to one possession game, we'll be up there again.
I agree. I think I don't know. We definitely I'm proud. I'm excited for it because it's like I'm thinking honestly the comparable team to me for the NFL is I feel like we're almost like a I don't want to say like Seahawks or someone like that. I would probably say like I don't know, like we're a bit like the Chiefs where it's like we can air it out and score points with anyone, but also like we have a sneaky good running game. Like the Chiefs have a sneaky good running game. Like you just gotta, but then it's our defense is like, oh, it's paper mache. Like you just need one or two pass. I mean, to give up some 50 points to Wake Forest is ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't have 24 points in the first half and be down by 11.
Yeah.
Or 9 or whatever we were down by. It's like 24 points in the first half, you should win that game.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, in college football, it's a little different, but you should not be down by over a touchdown if you have 24 points at the half.
Yeah. And trust me, I love fourth quarter Howell as much as anybody else. Heisman Howell is running deep in my veins. But that being said, I need to see first, second, third quarter Howell too. Like I'm sick and tired. Like I think that's the only reason we lost to Florida State is if we don't give up as many points and we don't play as horribly as we did in the first half.
Right.
And we at least have a 3-point lead going in the second half, we blow them out of the water.
Yeah.
What we need to do with these teams is keep it close into the fourth quarter, and then we can blow them out of the water.
Yeah. What hurt us against Florida State was a couple of drop passes, man.
And turnovers.
Yeah, just a couple of easy plays that we just did not execute well. Mm-hmm. Really, that was a tough game to watch.
Yeah.
That was a tough game to watch.
Yeah, I was pissed. I was so pissed. I was quiet pissed, and that's a pretty low for me.
Yeah.
All right. To keep it in the sense of keeping these a little shorter, try to edit this up a little bit after, but we're gonna do our pick'ems. So Carter, I need who's gonna win, the score, and who do you think will be the best player in the game? Either team. You can pick either team.
I'm gonna have to go with Notre Dame. I've been talking UNC up. But I just don't think that we'll beat them. I don't think that we're gonna get killed. I think like you said, it's gonna be close. But I think they'll outshoot us.
Yeah.
I mean, I say Notre Dame wins. I'm gonna go 38-27.
38-27. I like it. Sadly, to agree with you, I'm going with my fellow Catholics. Notre Dame. I'm taking the Fighting Irish. I just think I've been talking about how I think I take Sam Howell over Ian Book, but one thing, Sam Howell obviously had the game where we played close against Clemson, and if you take away the horrible triple option call on the 2-point conversion, we might have won that game. But I would argue that Ian Book is more prepared for a game like this. Like, I know we're not the number 3 team in the nation. It's not a huge game like Clemson was, but I think he has a better he's a better game manager. And I think if Notre Dame jump out to a lead or have a lead, he won't make the mistake.
Yeah.
So
like I said earlier, I think watch out for our running backs. They're there, and they're gonna make it known that they're there. They're good.
Yeah, I think if we jump out to a lead, we'll be in a good space. But I'm gonna go. You went 38-27. Yeah. I think UNC might lay a stinker on this one. I honestly think it could be like I'm gonna go 21-42. I think Book kind of tears it up a little bit. I think he does better because one thing is like our secondary isn't as good as I thought it would be going into this year. And I think they'll get the running game going and he'll just start tearing us apart, just like Howell tears other teams apart. Just run, play action.
Yeah.
But that's what we're thinking. We got our score predicted. I'm 42-21. Carter is 38-27.
Yep.
That's our prediction. If you're watching this point, put the prediction down below. I want to see who wins. We have a week to numerate it. What are you gonna say, Carter?
Either one of us guesses it exactly right, $10 on the line.
All right. All right, $5. $5.
All
I
right,
don't got money like that. I ain't even working like that.
All right.
But anyways, go check out the Chapel Hill stuff. Link in the description. Good holiday gifts to give to your fellow Tar Heels. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you.